Hello, kind folks. Good day, cold day. I'm trying to stay warm here, sitting under my little heater. It is freezing here today. So yeah, for today's video, I'm basically going to be making a response to my question of the week, number 28, I believe. In that video, I asked you guys, what was your first language? The first language you started studying seriously, and what kept you motivated for continuing to learn that language. So here's my response. So for me, as many of you already know, my first language was Mandarin, Chinese. I wanted to do Cantonese first. That was originally the plan. But at the time, I couldn't find any resources. Well, I'll take that back. I did find something for Cantonese. It was the old Teach Yourself. It was the old Teach Yourself course. As a matter of fact, I'll get it for you right now. This course here, this is my first course for Cantonese. Before I started learning Mandarin. Okay, before. And see what happened. Okay, this, first of all, this came with cassettes. Came with 2 cassettes. And at the time, I didn't really know what I was doing. I didn't know how to use this book. I just listened to the tape a couple times and I gave up. I said, you know what? I'm not learning anything. I just stopped. So I decided to get the resource for Mandarin because there were just more resources and, you know, there were more people around that spoke that language. So I started studying that, and then you know, I knew it was going to be difficult, but I didn't care because it was something that I wanted to try out, something different. And as I did this, I was learning just small stuff like phrases, couple words, just, you know, salutations, all that good stuff. That's all I knew. And I was out there just using that stuff on the native speakers, and they would just be surprised. I mean, I would say hello, what's your name, and the natives will be very, very surprised. So this made me more interested in the language. So what happened was I would go back home, learn more phrases, learn more words, whatever it was, and then go back out, use it again on a native speaker. Now, sure, there were times when I didn't understand what they were saying, obviously, because I didn't have the vocabulary. But I wasn't afraid to ask them what certain things meant. So I had my pad with me. I would copy everything down. I will actually have them write it down, and then I will study it. Take it home, study it, and then I will use whatever it was that I learned from them. I will use it on another native speaker, and I retained it because I used it. So I kept doing this. I did this for like, I don't know, I would say 6 months every day. And not only that, I was also on the computer going to chat rooms using stuff. So doing that for like a total of 6 months straight. I mean, it's really interesting because when I think back, it didn't even feel like I was studying. Like, to be honest, it didn't feel like I was studying. I didn't have the formal course books. I wasn't doing any listening training, any reading out loud, whatever. I wasn't doing any of that stuff. I was just out there just using those phrases and words. And then over 6 months, I started to become conversational. Actually, it was a little after 3 months, I started to become conversational because I still remember when when Ichimaru-san, he said, he was like, he said, man, he's like, you learning a lot. You're able to like have a conversation with these Chinese people now. And I didn't even really pay attention to it. I was like, oh, really? You know, that's how much fun we were having going out to level up, practice the Chinese with the native speakers. So the main thing that kept me motivated was just what I just explained. Leveling up, talking with them native speakers, and those reactions. The reactions were always priceless. Oh, where'd you learn it from? Oh, wow, wow, wow. You know, I can help you. I mean, this made me feel really good. It's like, man, I want to keep doing this. This is fun. I'm ready to go. You know, once the day was over, time to go home. I'm like, man, I don't want to go home. I want to continue this. I mean, we even hung out at places like where we used to go. There's this place called Eaton Park. 24 hours. We used to go there once in a while to see if we could run into any Chinese or Japanese or just some natives or foreigners to practice with. That's how crazy it was. So this is very important. This is the motivation, okay? And when you have this motivation, nothing can stop you, okay? The motivation will keep you consistent. And this is something that I have for Mandarin. I got all my experience just from leveling up and just speaking with people. I mean, sure, I had to learn phrases. I had to learn something for the input part, but I didn't really do that much input. And I'm just being honest here. And yeah, there are some things showing because of that, such as like some problems with tones and, an accent or whatever. That's showing now, but I'm able to speak that language because of doing all that stuff, just because of just getting out there and gaining those experience points, talking with those natives. And this is why I always put a strong emphasis on people getting out there using stuff right away, because this right here, at least for me, it keeps me motivated. And I think I think it would be safe to say that for many of you, it's the same. And the reason why I say that is because I've been seeing a lot of comments on the level of videos, and people are just getting excited about people's reactions. And I was the same way. I was the same way, getting out there, speaking with the natives, and just being really excited by their reactions and just how friendly they are. And this is what kept me motivated. So I really do advise people to just continue to get out there and use stuff. When you learn, it doesn't matter. It could be a couple phrases, it could be a couple words. It doesn't matter what it is. Just go out there and then use it with the natives, and then get those experience points, and then go back home and learn more and do it all over again. You just have to do it over periods of time. And the time really goes by quick. It goes by really, really quick. You won't even notice. 6 months, 3 months for me, it was really, really, really fast. So Chinese was my first language, and this is what kept me motivated, kept me with going with the language. At the time, I should also say, at the time there was no stress. Okay, there wasn't people around telling me, oh, I mean, I had a buddy who used to always tell me that I needed to work on my tones. He said that, yeah, man, he said, when you speak, man, you don't use the tones when you speak. He was like, it's very important. And I was very stubborn at the time, because I mean, I had spoke with so many Chinese people, and they understood what I was saying. So it was like, why bother? I'm looking at him like, man, I'm not trying to hear what you're saying. I mean, these Chinese people understand me 100%. So why should I worry about tones? So I had that, but it wasn't stressful. He wasn't stressing me out. He just mentioned it a couple times. But there weren't people around making a big deal out of things, such as, people talking about accents. Like, you got to have your accent is bad, or, fluency and all this stuff. Nobody was around talking about that. It was just all fun, just having fun, meeting the natives, learning stuff a little bit. And, it's just amazing. It's amazing how, when I look back, it's like, I don't even know how it was possible for me. It's almost like it should be impossible the way we were learning, because like I said, it didn't feel like study. It didn't feel like study. It was just all leveling up. That's it. Notebook, stuff written down, a couple phrase books, dictionaries. That's it. That's pretty much it. So, yep, that's my response. So, if you guys haven't seen that video, I'll post it as a response to this one. It's never too late to make a response. Tell us what your first language was, your first serious foreign language, and what kept you motivated for learning that language. So, all right, that's it. Look forward to your comments, questions.